The Albanese government's rush to get rid of coal-fired electricity, Michael, and replace it with wind and solar is so obviously now turning into a disaster. We're scrapping what works, which is coal, but we can't get enough green power, reliable power, to replace it. And the latest sign of this looming disaster, Clean Energy Council says just 4 renewable energy projects got financial backing the first 6 months of this year, during which the Dill coal-fired power station was closed. That's the fewest new green power projects since the council started collecting data, 6 years ago. Where is this green revolution going?
Well, unfortunately, Andrew, it's going to keep going. It's we're dealing with a green doomsday cult here. These people are just absolutely crazy. You can't rationally speak to people about this issue, particularly in the green sector. I mean, clearly they've got a financial interest to push all of this stuff. Look, the facts are pretty clear here. There is no chance in the world that and it's a Morrison target as well as an Albanese target is going to be met, and nor should it be met, because at the end of the day, our economy depends on hydrocarbons. I mean, what I find extraordinary about all these green machines that they're talking about are actually produced by hydrocarbons. Now, there's no way that we can transition to a carbonless economy, certainly in my lifetime, even my grandchildren's lifetime. I mean, it's just a nonsense. The problem we really face is getting some rational discussion about what the alternatives are. At least in New South Wales, at least the Minns government has realised they can't close down Eraring, and certainly we should be talking about gas. The only way to do anything here is to quickly put on some gas plants and see that as a transitional to some future technology which hasn't been invented.
Like nuclear power. David Gazard, what do you make of it all?
Well, I mean, I take quite a pragmatic approach to this, and again, I agree with Michael. I can't see us going backwards. I mean, that's point number one. We're across the Rubicon on power. So there's so much sovereign risk involved in starting a new coal-fired plant that it's just impossible to even think that's going to happen. Be that as it may, and with a whole bunch of new technology coming, I've got no doubt of that. There's some really exciting stuff. We've got to allow ourselves the time to allow that transition to happen. And gas is going to play a part of that. The ongoing extension of some of these coal-fired plants that are delivering power now and without which we can't cope, that has to be built into the forward calculations for the next 10, 15, 20 years. So while we transition, we've seen Europe and the way that an energy shock has had a profound influence on energy prices, blackouts. That should be a template for what could happen here. But we can't rush to this sort of insanity where we're going to get to blackouts when we know there's problems.
Andrew's also.
I know, but we have. This is
certainly looking like that. People are talking about blackouts over the summer.
But we destroyed what works, David, and we don't have what can replace it. It's just so insane.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And my point is this. We're not going backwards. I just can't see a return to firing up new coal-fired plants. We can look at nuclear, but we've got to make sure the transition that we've put in place lasts and sustains the economy.
Okay, thank you very much to both of you.